Welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. Tonight we focus on a major political development in the Northeast, a new entrant into the All Progressives Congress. And I'm talking about Governor Fintiri of Adamawa State is mobilizing support for President Bola Tinubu's second term ahead of, the second term bid. Now, what does this mean for the APC's strength in the region and how significant is this move for the party's 2027 calculations? Joining me to discuss this is Comrade Mustafa Saliu, PhD. Comrade Saliu is the National Vice Chairman, Northeast APC. Comrade, thank you very much for joining me on the program. Good to see you again.
Thank you very much for having me.
Right.
Thank you very much.
So we saw the defection of Mr. Governor from the PDP to the APC. And, having spoken with some stakeholders from Adamawa State, they told me that this carries significant implications for Northeast politics ahead of 2027. But while opinions differ on whether the governor's move was driven by self-preservation or political pragmatism, what does it mean for the APC?
Well, first of all, let me stress that in the game of politics, especially participatory democracy, it's numbers that matters. And every political party or political movement, paramount among its role is to convert for people's support. And APC, as an institutionalized party, the largest party in Black and White Africa, and the smartest, we are always looking to add value and to look for people with value. So Governor Fintiri is not just an ordinary governor, he's a performing governor who has performed, all of you can bear witness to the efforts he made in developing Adamawa State. Some even refer him as the architect of modern Adamawa State. So for us to have him in our fold, it's a very big achievement, and it's a plus to the conquest of the party. And also we have the president to thank because everybody knows Governor Fintiri is somebody who has been very critical of some of the government policies. But we are having the government policies starting to yield results. Now it's crystal clear that those policies are purposeful and they are giving rewards and dividend of democracy to the people place. And this aligns with the principle and practice of Governor Fintiri. So it is the outrageous policies that is enticing most of these big wigs, the governors, to come, because these policies align with what they aspire and they yearn for their people. This goes to show that politics is not all about what you want as a person. It's about the interests of your people. And I want to believe this is what drives most of these governors to join us. Amadou Fintiri, it's inclusive.
Is it really about the interest of the people? I mean, the question I'll be asking is, or anyone will be asking is, why should a performing governor under the platform of the PDP move to the APC? So that would also prompt my next question, which is very direct. Did the APC coerce Governor Fintiri at any time? Or is this for political survival? Is this for political relevance? Or is there something the governor is afraid may happen if he does not move? Governor Fintiri is not seeking re-election, so why is he moving to the ruling party? That is one of the many questions on the lips of political watchers, comrade.
People can just sit and imagine things. But the APC, as I said earlier, is the political institution. We canvass for support. And we develop policies, deliberate policies, to convince people to come and join us. So as such, joining of Amadou Fintiri or any other governor will not be termed as a personal interest movement or a result of coercion or any intimidation by the government. These are executive governors of state. They have their own decision, and everybody knows that the Constitution has has empowered these governors. They are also chief executives of their state.
All right.
So what intimidation, what agent of intimidation are we going to use on a governor who is also a chief executive of his state? He has his own budget, he has his own allocation and what have you. But what these state governors have saw in the policies and practice of produce Bola Ahmed Tinubu's governance is what is enticing them to come and join us.
All right.
Well, all this talk about intimidation, coercion is just in the figment of the imagination of these crisis entrepreneurs who always want to ferment mischief whenever they see progress.
So if you're looking back at the kinds of, comrade, if you're looking back at the kinds of consultations the governor had before joining the APC, either with his people or APC leaders in the state, is there a possibility that the governor would be pursuing a Senate seat or looking forward to securing a ministerial appointment after leaving office?
Definitely, he's a young, relatively young person, and also he has a lot of potential and a lot to further do for his people and the country. If he so wish, and he also is a citizen qualified to vote and be voted for, so we cannot disenfranchise him because he has served 8 terms, 8 years, 2 terms as a governor. So if he so wish that he wants to run for any office aside the governorship because he has already constitution barred him from contesting more than 2 times, he will aspire, and given the fact that he has worked for people, I think it's going to be a slam dunk for him. But he has not to tell us categorically what he wants to do. But if his Senate he wants to go for, if any other seat he wants to go for, definitely he has our support and he has the support of his people.
And that's why he had to move to the APC, because he may not get the support of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. I'm talking about him and some of the governor's former allies. I'm also looking at some statements have been made by Dr. Umar Ado. They say the governor's move represents neither strategy nor statesmanship, but a calculated act of political self-preservation disconnected from the aspirations of the people of Adamawa State. How do you respond to this?
This is mischievous. I'm assuring you, this move is actually orchestrated by the needs of the people, because he saw that the disconnect between the state and federal government is unnecessary. You cannot remain in opposition just for being in opposition's sake. You remain in opposition for certain reasons and certain ideological differences with that of the ruling party. If your ideology align with that of the ruling party, definitely there's no harm in you defecting, especially when the party you belong to is in crisis, endless crisis, because the people that occupy this party are behaving like pirates. Everybody is talking about his interest. They take what they can without giving anything back. So with this kind of situation, definitely, if you are progressive in mind, you definitely move. We have been talking to Fintiri like almost 1.5 years ago. Okay. We started conversing that he should come join us because we believe he's a progressive. He just happens to find himself in the wrong party. I always tell him, my elder brother, you are progressive in mind, given the way you govern, but you just find yourself in the wrong party. Every day I tell him, we just life over it. But eventually, God has...
so what is the definition of a wrong party, comrade? What's the definition of a wrong party? PDP is in crisis today. APC also has its own fair share of internal crisis.
I'm not talking about crisis. I'm talking about ideology.
All right.
We are progressive by nature. PDP are conservatives. You understand? They seek to maintain status quo and load it over the people. We are progressives. We accommodate various ideologies and various paradigms within governance. So also we allow for change. Our mantra before now is change. It's after we achieve the relevant change, now we are moving to progress. We are progressive in nature. So if you see a leader, and these progressive are born. Progressive are mostly, aside the fact that, yes, it can be a product of nurture, but it's also a product of nature for you to be progressive. Some people are naturally reactionary. They are allergic to change. But as a progressive governor, we saw the way he has been governing. We have been calling him to come and join us. We say, you are progressive in mind, but you are working with the conservatives. You will not agree. And in the end, it happens.
All right. Let me bring you up to speed with some of the statements made by Dr. Umar Ado. I mean, he went on to say that Governor Fintiri's last-minute defection from the PDP to the ruling APC would not shield him from public disapproval or legal accountability. And I mean, we're talking about a man that has a significant following in parts of the Northeast. Is this bothering you in any way? Is the APC concerned that this feud could split votes in key constituencies rather than consolidate them, as the governor continues to talk about unity?
Yeah. You can see from the series of meetings we had, you can see that we are fusing very well, and we are generally the same people, and we have a lot of understanding between us. So the possibility of implosion is not there. And talking about one person that is making comments, this is his obiter. That's his own opinion, and he's entitled to it. But in reality, everybody knows that Fintiri has the capacity to unite, and you can see that when he defected, at least 98 to 99% of the people in the elsewhere PDP in Adamawa State come with him without forcing any of them. The senators came with him, House of Reps, 5 of them came with him, the entire structure of government came with him without any let or hindrance. So automatically, you can see that the guy has the capacity to unite his people, and he has the capacity to command respect. And also, in practice, he has put projects on ground to deserve that respect. His own loyalty that he gained from his people is earned, not as if it's the blind loyalty. And the reason why we, the progressive, has been calling him to come and join is because he has demonstrated capacity to work for people. We have seen what he has done to Adamawa State. If you go to Yola today and the other rural areas, you see the transformation he brought to the state capital. You see rural infrastructure. You see school. You see health sector. There are 21 model schools across 21 local government. All the local government have cottage and general jobs. All these things are things that we used to hear and see from other states or neighboring states. But today, we are seeing it in our state, courtesy of the fresh air governor, Governor Umar Fintiri. So the possibility of having any rebellion or implosion, either within his group or ours, is not there. With the help of the National Security Advisor, the APC, the legacy APC, have a defined leadership. For the first time in Adamawa State, we have defined leadership where we have only one leader that we followed within the APC. So that's the reason why we came in block. Nobody is having any grudges or anything with the coming of the governor, because the governor is discussing with the National Security Advisor. And as I told you,
isn't that too early to call?
It's not, because you see, this politics we are playing, my sister, is not just in practice. We are practicing politics both in practice and academics. So for someone to have first, second, and third degree in political science, at least I will be able to see situation and generalize, and that's what I'm doing. Because in this field, I'm an authority. So it's not too early to call, because all the prerequisites for peace are done before the move.
I mean, talking about that meeting that was held yesterday, we're focused on winning. What we're focused on is winning the election. Losing is not in our dictionary. Those are the words of Governor Fintiri. But at the same time, there are those who doubt whether Governor Fintiri can deliver Adamawa State for President Tinubu. So let me ask you directly, does he have the political machinery to do this?
You see, the thing is, people are talking as if this is going to be a one-man business. It is not. Mind you, before the move to APC, as APC, we are already on ground. We have a registration of 450,000 registered APC members. We have a minister. Myself, National Vice Chairman, is there. We have the National Security Advisor in APC. We have a lot of political appointments given to sons of Adamawa State by President Bola Tinubu. APC was already consolidating. in Adamawa State as a party on its own. This another equal strong force was the PDP under the auspices of Umaru Ahmadu Fintiri, who also can boast of almost 50 or more % of Adamawa State. Now we are coming together. I'm telling you, now we are forming 95% of the political strength of Adamawa State.
Comrade, I raised that question because, historically, Adamawa State has had, it's also nice to hear that, has shown varied political loyalty. So how realistic is it to expect a full swing of APC supporters just because the governor has thrown out his support?
Yeah, you see, because let me tell you, the thing is that the followership, both the NSA and the governor has in the various eyes are almost fanatical. People follow both the NSA and the governor with religious tenacity. So some of them will even say Fintiri is our party. Some will say Ribado is our party. So when the two giants comes together in Adamawa State, I'm telling you, there's no other
comrade. Sadly, we're out of time, but this is just the beginning of what is to come in Adamawa State, and hopefully we'll have this conversation subsequently. Thank you so much for speaking with me. Comrade Mustafa Saliu is the National Vice Chairman, Northeast APC. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Let's go on a short break and I'll be right back.